Hey, I'm Shanna Germain, and I'm here today to talk about Torment, Tides of Numenera, the Explorer's Guide. You guys sent us a bunch of great questions, and I'm super excited to answer some of them. I'm going to start out by saying that if you go and download the free preview at the Monte Cook Games site, it will give you a ton of information about what's in the book, and so that will answer some of the questions for you, like are there new foci and descriptors? There are. Are the tides talked about? They are. Is there new setting stuff? Yes, there's all kinds of new setting stuff. I'll talk a little bit more about that as I get to specific questions. But if you go and download the preview, you'll see a lot of kind of what's in there. All right, so I'm going to tackle a couple questions. The first question is, will there be additional lore content for the area that we don't see in the game? Absolutely. We deepened and broadened the lore content and gave you all kinds of great, interesting world elements, new cities, new places, lots of cool and weird discoveries that you can make, including our usual hearsay and those kinds of things, so that there's lots and lots of tips and tools for the GM to use to go even deeper into this space. I'm not interested in the video game. Will the book stand on its own? Absolutely. Our first goal was to make an amazing book that worked at the tabletop. Even if you didn't know anything about the video games, even if you don't play video games, we really wanted this to be just as amazing as all of our other books. And so we really focused on that element. It's kind of, it's almost like a Ninth World guidebook, similar sort of feel in that there's lots and lots of great setting stuff with a little bit of character options and a little bit of jamming stuff talking about the world as well. Will we be seeing any new descriptors or foci? Absolutely. One of the new elements, of course, is the cast-offs. And so we talk about how to play in your game with cast-offs, how to use them, created some rules for the way in which they work. There's some additional descriptors. One of my favorites is Bloomborn, which is someone who's born inside this giant trans-dimensional entity that's also a city, and that's pretty cool and exciting. And then there are some additional foci and descriptors that are really focused on that area and that location and kind of cool, useful things from that area. There's also lots of artifacts and ciphers that are in the area and in the lore as well. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being ruinous spoilers, how much will reading this spoil the video game before I play? I would say that's about a 1 or a 2. We worked really hard to make sure that you wouldn't be spoiled. There's some NPCs in there that are we detail a little bit that will be a bit of a spoiler. We stayed away from the story very much because we just didn't want to spoil the story for you at all. And so we marked the places that are spoiled so you can kind of see them ahead of time. But really there's not very much. There's a lot of really fantastic places that are also in the video game, and then there's some really interesting people that are also in the video game. So there's a lot of correlation, but hopefully we stayed mostly away from the spoiler aspects. And then the last one, how did you collaborate with the Torment video game team on this book and during their creative process? We worked really closely with the In Exile team since the beginning, since they licensed the game from us, working on making sure that it feels like Numenera and that the characters feel like Numenera and the place and the Ninth World. And so this was really a continuation of that. They've been fantastic about bringing the everything where we want it to be. It looks really, it feels and plays like something would feel and play in Numenera. And so it was really interesting because they've taken the books and made a video game, and then from the video game we brought it back to the tabletop and made a book. And so they were really great about helping make sure that we were taking the vision that they made from our thing, and then we were making the vision from their thing. And so they've been fantastic, and a lot of the early writing came from them. We had to tweak it and change it, but the ideas and the core sentiments of the place and everything were very much from the In Exile team, and so we give them writing credits in the book because so many of these weird, wonderful, fantastic ideas came directly from them. I think that's it. Go download the preview. It's a good time to pre-order because you get the PDF for free if you're interested. And you can pick it up at Gen Con. I'm happy to sign it and come and see me. Thanks, everybody. Bye.